Welcome, everyone, to the Puff Drink Talk podcast. Konrad here.
Hilton.
George.
Arthur.
Cameron.
And Cameron, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, man.
Thank you.
From the first podcast.
Chun. You know, George was doing like a chanting on something. It was like, it's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're keeping on peptides.
Yeah.
Cameron is our peptides specialist.
Yeah, and anyone out there, there's a great podcast where we were talking with Cameron about his peptides and his community, his website that you can go check out. In the comments, and maybe at the end of this episode, you can give your free trial code that you were gonna, or we can put it in the comments. However you guys want to do it.
We can put it in the comments. That's fine.
But I was asking, so towards the end of the first episode, we were talking about CLO, and everyone has been using it. I'm using it. Hilton's using it. I know you've been using it, and
That's my favorite.
and a whole bunch of other people have been using it. And,
absolutely.
So could you explain? So it's kind of a two-part question for the listeners out there that don't know what CLO is. Can you explain what CLO is?
Yeah, so CLO is a blend of 4 separate peptides, right? So it's got all 4 of the major healing peptides. So we've got BPC and TB500, which most people have heard of or heard of the Wolverine blend.
Yeah.
You know, so that's those 2, which are the master healers. And then you've got the copper also in there, which, you know, activates 4,000 different cellular activities, you know, from skin elasticity to hair to nails to... It's also, most people, you know, put it off as a vanity, you know, thing, but it also is like a master blueprint for the TB500 and the BPC when they're rebuilding things. So if you think about, if you take the TB500 and the BPC, the TB500 and the BPC by themselves, without the copper, then it can only rebuild whatever it's rebuilding as good as your body remembers it being built. So it's like having, you know, calling the old dude that, you know, the dude that was there when your house was originally built and be like, hey, you know, we're trying to do this. And he's like, oh yeah, I think it goes like this, you know, but he's, you know, 65, 80, you know, you're like, oh, okay, I hope that's right. Right. Rather than having a new fresh architectural blueprint of how it's supposed to be built. And then it can rebuild it to the way it should have been built in the first place. And so you also get that peptide in there, and then you also get KPV, which is like a master anti-inflammatory. It's like smokes prednisone. It makes prednisone look like a kid's vitamin.
Right.
So, I mean, you get all 4 of those together, and peptides work synergistically for the most part, right? So when you get more efficacy out of them when you use them together rather than using them apart. So, and that's another hard thing that you deal with in peptides is people like, oh, I just want to try one thing. It's like, well, if we only send one text message, there's only one response. You know, there's only one receiver of that, like, system. And so it's like we need to send, at a job site, I need to send messages to multiple people to make sure that the foreman knows what's going on, the project manager knows what's going on, the workers know what's going on, the delivery companies that are delivering stuff knows what's going on, right? So when we take CLO, we get all 4 of these awesome healing peptides all in one dose, right? And so I love CLO. CLO is my favorite peptide. I believe it's my dad's favorite as well, along with a whole bunch of our friends. But a few doctors try to say that, you know, oh, well, it doesn't work because it's a blend, but it's been made that way, and we see all kinds of people getting healing from it, all 3 of us included, right? So, yeah. I mean, it's like, obviously it works, you know, but so it's really cool to be able to take one thing and get multiple effects. So it's a great baseline for like a healing protocol when somebody's trying, you know, I talked about Nick, you know, he had a messed up knee. He was looking at knee surgery. He had no flexibility. You know, he couldn't go past a 90-degree angle. He started taking CLO as his baseline and then started using, you know, BPC on top of that, because you can do BPC multiple times a day because it's only active in your system for like an hour and a half. And so when you're really, really trying to heal something like that, you have to dose higher, and you're not going to find that kind of information easily accessible online, right? And so once again, the whole reason, you know, we came up with the Peptribe thing is like, how do we show people all these different things that you can do with them and the different modalities of it, you know, and get people where they're actually using stuff correctly, where they can actually, you know, enjoy the benefits of it, right? Rather than, you know, just wasting your money.
And the good idea about the tribe is the thing is, everybody's body is the same, right, as a body, but everybody's use of their body is completely different. So you have to have some sort of the more you have a group of people together that can help understand and have the anecdotes to go around and feel like, okay, so it's almost like the cigar review. It's like, a person that likes Connecticut is going to be listening more to what you say than what I say, but a person that likes Maduro probably is going to listen more to what I say. The same as if somebody likes natural cigars is going to listen to what George has to say, because that's kind of the preferred of what we smoke. So the same thing with the trying to find the right composition and combination that will work for for an individual. That's where the tribe comes put together. So Peptribe does that, so which is pretty interesting. And but so you're gonna ask him something?
Yeah, well, to kind of piggyback what you're saying, it's always good just to have information, and
I'd rather talk to somebody that's going through the same thing as me and having success than any doctor or any other person alive. Like, hey, here's a group of 30 people, here's a group of 100 people that are going through the same thing, the exact same thing that I've been diagnosed with, and they're having great results. I want to talk to those people. I want to find out what's going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I wanted to, if I needed, when we get new flooring in our house, best believe I'm going to have Hilton come help me with my flooring, because he does it all the time. He knows what he's talking about. He's immersed in that world 24/7. So that's who I want. I want the person that has to deal with it on the daily.
Well, and it's not even that. Unfortunately, I know, who was it? Robert Kennedy, our FDA, what is he? God damn it. I always forget his title.
Yeah, he's some kind of health advocate, supposedly.
No, he's the head of the FDA or something like that. No, what is Robert Kennedy?
You can Google it.
Robert Kennedy.
Google will tell you.
Yeah, it pisses me off that I can't remember.
No.
Not that Robert Kennedy.
Wrong one. I know what he is. He's dead.
Yeah. Well, that's another. God damn it, man! It's gonna piss me off.
So you're trying to find Robert Downey Jr.?
No.
So you have
JFK Jr. official title.
Yeah, I think if you put Junior, you're gonna find it.
Yeah, you gotta have the Junior.
There you go.
There he is.
American politician, environmental lawyer,
Secretary of Health and Human Services.
There we go. Yeah.
There you go. HHS. There we are. I can't remember that. But anyways, he helps dictate all of this stuff. And one of the things that I had just read that he is going to implement is now he's now advising doctors that your pay structure isn't going to be made. So apparently the way that it is for doctors and hospitals is they are paid certain wages and kickbacks for
what
prescribing,
right?
Whatever medicines, whatever that the hospitals made deals with the companies,
Big Pharma,
and it's them, these doctors now just being like, oh well, I got this one pill that'll keep you kind of baseline,
right?
And there's just keep coming back to me in the next couple of months.
Yeah, and I have all these other pills that you can take to deal with all the symptoms that pill's going to cause.
So, and I forget what the word of there's some specific word that it's called, but RFK Jr. is going to get rid of it. Where now the whole model
is supposed to be the opposite way around. Where they get paid to get them off of the medicines.
Exactly.
Which sounds good.
Which and
I mean, Big Pharma runs the world, though. So how are you going to tell Big Pharma we're going to stop giving your meds to people?
Well, and that's it. Is you got to have
not only that, the SS31 treatment. We were talking about SS31 in one of the other episodes, and SS31 through the government is like $200,000 if it gets approved.
Jesus,
or is approved now, I think. But yeah, it's absolutely. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, absolutely. Heck yeah, they're like, ooh, we can get these super cheap and then we can charge, the insurance premium on them. Like, instead of fighting the peptide market, we should join it and then take it over.
Right.
And then, like Eli Lilly's trying to has shut down multiple people with Retatrutide.
Yeah.
Like they're cutting out everybody because they're like, oh, it's ours now. And then they're going to make it where you can only get access to Retatrutide after Tirzepatide. You've run Tirzepatide for like 3 years or whatever it is, and it's stalled and stopped working. Then they will let you switch over to Retatrutide.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're going to corner that market.
Oh
Basically.
yeah, they're working on cornering it right now.
And
That's crazy.
It shouldn't come as a surprise because we know that the tobacco companies back in Brazil, remember, they already have 10,000 patent names for marijuanas.
Wow.
For marijuana.
Yeah.
They already have it all patent, like 10,000. So anyone who tried any type of combination for the products, they will have to come to something very super original because everything has been taken. So it doesn't come as a surprise that a large corporation will try to monopolize or oligopolize, the market, right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what we expected, like I actually would like to, I think we still have time for that. Since you're talking about education, and I think that would be a good addition to our podcast for us to elaborate on the 3 most common rebuttals, to the most argument. Like if you can put like what are the most common popular, negatives about that, and then if you could rebuttal just do 3 if you don't mind.
No, so probably the first one is going to be, well, they're not FDA approved. And for me and everybody else with Peptribe, that's my favorite part. FDA approves Big Pharma. FDA approves Big Food. They approve Big Tobacco. I mean, I prefer it not FDA approved. That's a green light for me. So I mean, that's the first one that and those kind of people, I'm like, hey, you're just not ready yet. Like that's cool. Like, I won't spend any time with those kind of people. Like, like you're not. You want to believe in the system. You're not ready. You're not desperate. Like you really don't. You don't want the help yet. Like you're not willing to be educated yet.
When you're ready, we can have this conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then because otherwise it's not fair to waste my time. Like I could be spending time talking to people that actually are ready to learn and ready to see change in their life and in their family's life. And then so it's not fair to give my time to argue with somebody to try to make them believe in peptides. Like have a good day. God bless you.
That's rebuttal number 1. What else?
Injections. That's probably the big thing. People are like, oh, they're injections. Like it's literally the insulin
It's a tiny
needle
little
size.
thing.
Yeah, it's like the Texas mosquitoes are more scary than my peptide injections for sure. Like I would much rather take my peptides in the morning than go sit outside and get eaten up by mosquitoes. Like the mosquitoes are definitely more painful.
Because you say injection, your imagination goes to a gigantic.
Yeah, you think of some
pen
horse
size,
tranquilizer sized needle
through a medjool, or something like this, right? So yeah,
It's probably something very close to insulin, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the exact same size. I mean, it's a
Yeah, you can buy all the syringes on Amazon. Honestly.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
tiny.
best place to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually took bacteriostatic water off of Amazon now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're the Big Pharma
Bastards.
fighting against people trying to do peptides. They took away all the backwater.
Yeah. The one thing that also they do with I don't know if you want to go into that yet. We can do that on a different episode. Is like they test every single peptides that they get.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get into that in another one.
Yeah.
Because, sorry, so one more. So that was 2.
Yeah,
we got
just
one.
the second rebuttal, like
Yeah.
the third one now.
Third one. Let's see.
There's so many, I know. I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. There's actually less than you would think. Like, once people are past that like mindset of it's not FDA approved, and they're in like that the mindset of truth where they're like, yeah, I want anything the FDA won't approve. Like, I at least want to look into it. If they won't approve it, I'd like to look at the science behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so once they get into that mindset, or they're actually desperate to like not have surgery. To like for my grandma, she was desperate to not go blind. She has macular degeneration. Like. So her eyes were degrading. So she was desperate enough that she's like, I don't care. What do I have to do to fix the problem?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then at that point, you can educate people, and they're willing to listen. They're willing to understand how things work. And when they're open like that, it's night and day difference, So, I mean, I definitely think it's less towards, there's not as many objections. If it's not FDA or the injection problem, most people are like, "Hey, how do I heal?"
I think one, if I'm not wrong here, is that there's so many people that are out there, taking the moment to scheme other people. I think this also, the lack of knowledge, combined to the risks. I'm not willing to do that because of this, because of that. I think that would be my third.
I think 93%, maybe even 98% probably of the risk profile that people talking about are big pharma BS. Mm-hmm. Like there's just there's data, all of the, any of the main ones that you could bring up, there's arguments against it. They have science for it. So it's more of this stuff is being tainted, so that people like you are like, oh, but what about the cancer risk? Like the cancer risk with which one? Like, because there's some you don't want to take if you have cancer, right? Like we don't want to be our body to be secreting more HGH probably. So let's not go for an HGH secretagogue, if we're dealing with active cancer. But as far as healing the body, like with copper, like that's actually good for you, right? Like there's a peptide called thymosin alpha 1, and like every other country in the world, they give it automatically with chemo treatment. It activates natural T cells so that they can identify the cells that need to be killed. And the only place you can't get it with your cancer treatment, right here in the land of the free and the brave.
Are you serious?
100%.
Huh? I'll be goddamned.
Crazy. So it's nuts when you really get into it and you get past, which is again why we made Peptribe, right? Where you can get past all of the, this is his opinion, this is his opinion, this is what Big Pharma, all that BS, and you can just go read the studies for yourself, right? If we have hundreds of people that have been healed on blank blank and blank, whatever it is, then the data's there, especially when you talk about something I can heal with it now and get off of it. It's not like, hey, get on these peptides for the rest of your life. It's like, hey, run these cycles, fix these systems, operate better. You know what I mean? So
do we have time for
Yeah.
another follow-up question to that? What are the top peptides that you would recommend to anyone just to start feeling better?
Like I said before, CLO is probably my favorite peptide. I think Retatrutide is probably right up there too. All of the things that it fixes, right? Like that people are so stuck on the GLP-1s, Trizepatide and Ozempic and all this crap, that it doesn't fix anything in the body. It just silences the hunger signaling inside of you. So you're like, well, I'm not hungry. Great. So you can starve yourself to death so that your body's been in, fight or flight mode the entire time, the 3 years you've been on it, and finally lost the weight after all this time. And then
your insulin or your cortisol levels are through the roof.
Your bone density is gone.
Yeah.
Because it stops the rebuilding numbers, because your bones are consistently degrading and rebuilding all the time inside of you. And you want to keep those two numbers, in alignment with each other. And when you start taking the Ozempic, the healing of the bones goes away and that degradation number stays the same. So now all of a sudden you're not healing them like you normally are, so you're losing bone mass. And so these people are losing 40% of their muscle mass when they're on it. They're losing their bone density. So we have all these people that come to us and they're like, yeah, I've been on, Trizepatide or, Ozempic or semaglutide or whatever for all this time, and I've lost some of the weight I wanted to. Now I've stalled out. I feel weaker. It's like, yeah, you've been screwing up the chemistry inside of your body for the last, however long you've been taking this.
Yeah.
And then they came out with Retatrutide, and it's got a glucagon receptor antagonist. And so when you start fixing the insulin resistance inside the body, it starts healing all kinds of stuff. That's why they're looking at Retatrutide for dementia, Alzheimer's, and stuff like that, because when you start fixing the insulin resistance, everything starts functioning again.
Yeah.
And so I think they had a 86% reduction in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease with the test from Retatrutide. The stuff that people are seeing, it's night and day. And like I was joking with one of my buddies the other day. We were moving some furniture from our old church building to the new church building, and we were eating some Round Rock donuts because one of the ladies had brought them, and we both looked at each other, kind of laughed. He's like, it's so cool when you get off Retta. He's like, my body's like fixed. I can eat what I want. He's like, and it just processes it right. I'm like, it's nuts, right, dude? Yeah. Like, Retta is one of the only things that seem that once you stall on Retta, it's time to like down your dosage and start eating. You know what I mean? Because your body, it's like, hey, we've been reset. You're stalling because you're now entering that place where you get to with Trizepatide where your body's in fight or flight mode. Right. And so it's time to start titrating down your dosage and start trying to eat and let your body start processing everything appropriately. And then it's like I've started eating more and more like I used to, and I'm still losing fat and gaining muscle. We track them all on our Hume scales, and so it's like I have all the body composition data. Like my body has like altered, like the way my body functions different than it did before.
Yeah.
Like I mean, and being able to process foods is like I can eat what I want. I can bomb 2 donuts if I want to, but I can also,
Yeah.
not. But
Yeah. So CLO, Retatrutide, any others?
I really like growth hormone secretagogues.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to kind of choose a route, right? Because most people aren't going to have a budget to be like, let me fix my whole system. Like, it's like okay, it's about $9K a year. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can do it all, but it's going to run you about $10K a year. But I like growth hormone secretagogues if you're going for like, especially with the GLPs, because you're talking about trying to maintain that muscle or even gain muscle while you're using it. So having that HGH secretion at night is going to help with your sleep. It's going to help with muscle building. It's going to help with, your skin, your hair. I mean, everything, right? HGH is like a basic building block of the body. So making your pineal gland produce more of it and making it produce it in a proper pulsatory manner like it's supposed to originally, you're getting all these benefits from your natural HGH rather than using, HGH itself and shutting down your natural production. It's
right.
Let yourself fix yourself rather than,
Kind of like, yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I guess
Is
we'll
that
wrap
it?
it
We
up.
can wrap it up.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of questions, so we're gonna definitely have another episode to ask you a couple of things here.
Arthur's
Sounds
chomping
good,
at
man.
the bit over there.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
no.
He's frothing.
He's
up
he's a
He's
biology.
it's because the whiskey started. And how did the whiskey pair with the cigar?
Really good. Like,
Yep.
really, really
It bangs
good.
or what?
I'll tell you to try it because it's like, I want to save it for the cigar review.
Yeah.
But the creamy, it's coming. Because
Okay,
this is a
okay.
very, like, sweety whiskey.
And you're already way past halfway and
like,
creamy.
I'm feeling this as bitter because it's so, like, sweet. It's
Okay.
so good. It's like an amazing pairing.
I didn't mean to jump into like the preview of the
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
review,
You're
but
fine.
Stay tuned for the cigar.
He's just so you know, he's a biology major guy.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I would. We got to nerd out sometime, bro.
Yeah.
I love talking biology,
Yeah.
especially with people that are smarter than me in the area. Like,
Yeah, I have so many questions for you. I'm just, like, holding myself because I don't want to get, like, too technical here.
yeah, right. Let's
yeah.
we can't nerd out live on air, but we can do it privately later. We can
Yeah.
bore the crap out of a bunch of people.
It's all planned for the next episode.
Yeah, there we go. Well, stay tuned for more on peptides, benefits, love them, hate them, more love around here. That's for sure. Anyways, Puff Drink Talk Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Spotify. We'll see you next time.